Hello everyone, welcome to my studio. Here is the finished sculpture, and this is the finished rhino that I made, Woolly Rhino, and I changed a few things on this animal so that it's a fantasy figure, right? But it is based on a woolly rhino, and this is going to be for Julie's army. Like, she really needs more things to kill me with. You can see some of the ink wash that I use is still drying, and you can see the minuscule eyeball right there. It's painted on with a very glossy black. I'm going to gloss the eyes a bit with some Mod Podge. This is the glossy kind, just to simulate a little bit of moisture around the eyes and around the mouth, but first I have to let everything dry. You can see the base. I used some cork and Procreate clay to make the stones, and I sculpted the stones over that cork and left some of the cork showing in order to get the stones. A little bit of flocking grass. This is the tundra variety of static grass, and a tiny little bit of craft moss there in the end to give the base a little interest. Later on, I may put one or two little tufts of grass, right? But for now, the most important part is done, and I used several colors, including this leather brown from Army Painter, some of my old Privateer Press paints, like this one here, which is Gun Corpse Brown. I used Hammerfall Khaki for a lot of the highlights on the fur. Some Null Oil Citadel ink, and that was very little amounts around the eyes there, and with a detail brush, these outlines here to get some shading and contrast. A little bit around the nose area and the beak area. I highlighted, you know, some of those areas with the ink, the recesses, shaded rather, not highlighted. And then Agrax Earthshade was the complete wash over the entire model. That gave me a very dark pigment in the recesses of all the fur, so I could pick out all the fur detail. As you can see, I worked pretty hard on the fur detail. That's what took the most time. And then some Seraphim Sepia in areas to reduce some of the highlight that might have gone overboard, right? Especially around the face. And I may do a little bit more of that, and that brings a nice kind of golden brown color to the fur. So I used that sporadically in areas that I thought needed it. So there it is. There is the Indrik, or what we are calling an Indrik for Oathmark. And this is a hand sculpted figure. I'm going to actually try my hand at other figures. I'm going to try maybe something undead. This one is for Julie, so I got to sculpt myself something. All right, let's check this out on the tabletop with other figures. And there is the Rhino with some Oathmark humans. So yeah, he's big and robust and just the way I wanted him. So Julie now has a new unit for her army. All right, so you should see this sculpture in our next Oathmark game, or maybe even sooner. We'll see. All right. Thank you very much, guys.